Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
Sign up for my free daily newsletter, The Current, at GetKim.com. So I got this note the other day. It's from Susan Rabin. And she starts out by saying, "Hey, Kim, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your show, The Current newsletter. It really keeps us less vulnerable and up to date. And The Current podcast with Andrew is fantastic. I just love the interview between you two. The energy that Andrew brings is so invaluable, and he's got a great personality and knowledge." Whoa, Susan, you must be related to Andrew. All right, no, seriously, Andrew's great. But here's the deal. Andrew is also the co-host on my big national radio show. You can hear that on over 425 top stations every weekend of the year. Maybe you didn't know that. So here's an episode that I heard from a lot of people they wanted to actually listen to again. Get this. Noah from Virginia bought an old laptop and found a kid's 1990s homework saved on it. So he read the homework assignment on TikTok, and let me tell you, he just made the entire internet cry. It's such a wonderful story. So I want you to kick back or just get going with your steps. And just a reminder, this is the Kim Komando Show, and you can find my show in your favorite podcast player. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. Don't you just love the TSA? Said nobody ever. Well, good news. The TSA is getting some virtual reality tech that they say could help them pat you down virtually. That's right. It's going to scan your body shape, then send this data to some haptic gloves. That's going to create a virtual version of all your contours. And then they can figure out if you're carrying something that you shouldn't be carrying, of course. And all that data is going into some database. And speaking of, did you know that the TSA likes to hire dentists as supervisors? Yes, they're already experts in performing cavity searches. Let me tell you, it's only going to get better from here. Because after all, you tapped into the nation's largest show about all things digital. It's award-winning. It's the most trusted. It's the biggest. Because after all, I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess. And you can find the show on over 425 top stations from coast to coast. And as you know, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. And wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. And I'm sure you have at least, one or two questions about something digital in your lives that I can lend a hand to. And that's why the Komando hotline is open right now at 1-888-825-5254. But let me tell you a secret. You don't have to sit on hold like all these other people. You're smart. You can make an appointment to speak with me right here on the show. Head over to the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show that starts with a K, of course, and there's a link at the top that says Ask Kim. Just fill out that form, and I read every single note that you send me. Alrighty, then you know the drill. Every single day of my life, weekends, weekdays, vacations, holidays, whatever it is, I make sure that I am always up to date on what's happening in the tech world so that I can have this transference of intellect and knowledge and fun from my brain to yours. And here are 5 things that you need to know that's happening right now. And we're going to start by going back to November of 2022. Do you remember that? November 2022. That was when ChatGPT was announced. And when it was announced, I'll never forget, I took a look at it. I brought in my entire I team and engineering team, and I said, listen, websites are dead. We better pivot, because if you don't innovate, you evaporate. And I had a few people there at the table looking at me like, she is Lulu Tunes. The web is never going to go away. Well, here we are. Traffic to popular websites like Business Insider, Huffington Post, The Washington Post dropped over 50% in 3 years, says Quartz Magazine. Listen to this one. 1 out of every 10 editors and journalists have lost their jobs since that time, 3 years. The web page is dead. I hate to say I told you so, but I did. All right, moving on to number 2. Whatever you put into ChatGPT, do you think it's deleted Do you think it's really gone for good? You tell Chat to erase that weirdo question that you just asked and erase the entire conversation within 30 days because you opted out and it said that it would. Well, as it turns out, not so much. ChatGPT's chats must be retained forever because the New York Times is suing for copyright, and they say they just might need them. OpenAI is calling foul, but until the courts chill, your zany prompts are on the permanent record. Yes, even that one that you're thinking of right now. Because you have to remember, all the AI chatbots began knowing nothing. They were completely illiterate. They only after engulfing everything on the web, even copyrighted materials, were they able to actually give us answers to our questions and dispense a whole bunch of knowledge. So whenever you ask a chatbot for answers, just know that whatever it tells you, it has obtained illegally. All right, moving in for number 3. I warned you about this in my wildly popular newsletter called The Current, which, by the way, if you're not getting, just sign up right now over at getkim.com. There was once honor among hackers. Like, for example, they wouldn't hit a hospital. They wouldn't hit a cancer research center. They wouldn't hit the power grid. They wouldn't affect anything that had to do with oil or gas or food supply. Now every single one of them is a complete target. This past week, United Natural Foods. You're like, who are they? Well, it's one of the nation's biggest distributors of produce got hacked. They got into the supply chain systems. They had to shut down parts of their network. But here's this deal. They supply products to about 30,000 stores, including Whole Foods. Now, one Whole Foods employee told CNN she spent time deep cleaning all the freezers because now they're completely bare. Moving on to number 4, let's talk about some good news for a change about AI. For the first time, AI has helped create a breast cancer treatment using, this is really phenomenal, zero cancer drugs. Researchers at the University of Cambridge set up an AI scientist. They told it, find a way to treat breast cancer, but you can only use widely available drugs not already used for cancer. Now, what happened next is truly, truly amazing. The AI picked out of a mix of cholesterol meds and also a drug that's usually given to people who want to stop drinking. The scientists tested the combo in the lab and it worked. In fact, out of the 12 combos the AI suggested, 3 worked even better than existing breast cancer drugs. And of course, the team shared those results with AI. Then AI came up with 4 more ideas and 3 of those ideas that worked. So the bottom line is this, is that if you or someone in your family sick, doesn't matter the disease, you ought to be making sure that who's ever taking care of you, that they are really tapping in to the latest research that's using AI. And finally, I thought this was total clickbait. I thought, how could this even be possible? So I did some research. Do you remember Pyrex dishes? Do you remember those? I mean, they were in your grandma's kitchen. Maybe you even have some. And if you do, you really need to listen up. One eBay seller has a 1970s 2-quart Pyrex dish for sale for $90,000. Oh my gosh, $90,000. Why? It turns out that the love for Pyrex and other collectibles has exploded. Social media, they're sturdy, they're cute. Here's a little fun fact for you. Pyrex glass was originally created for lanterns and railroad signal glass back in 1915, which reminds me, what do you call a glass Tyrannosaurus Rex? What do you call that? What do you call that? You ready? A Pyrex. Yeah, I know you knew that was coming. All right, coming up, we have some news about what you shouldn't be posting online this vacation season, how your car could be your next side hustle, and how scammers are mimicking Google invites to steal from you. And, of course, we have all of your fantastic phone calls that you don't want to miss. And you have me, Kim Komando. Hey, imagine getting $500 for yourself and then $500 to give someone who truly deserves it. I mean, maybe it's a teacher, a nurse, a stranger, someone in need, your favorite charity. It's our Pay It Forward challenge, and it's going to be ending soon. So make sure that you enter right now. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. So Andrew Babinski is joining us, my cohort, my friend. Do you have any Pyrex dishes?
No.
Me neither. You know what? I know that I gave them to Goodwill, my mom's. I'm sure that I did.
No one's going to buy that Pyrex for $90 grand.
It's just not that one. There's a whole slew of them for sale.
Okay, but you can put a price tag on anything. Doesn't mean someone's going to buy it.
I know. Everybody's all going to Goodwill right now.
Right, or garage sales in Sun City, old folks' towns.
So, do you like the Dum Dum lollipops?
Of course.
Everybody. Wait, did you have a favorite flavor?
Pineapple.
I like blueberry.
Okay.
And the reason why I bring that up is that Holly in Lexington, Kentucky is joining us. And Holly has an interesting story about what her son did, and it has to do with Dum Dum lollipops.
Okay.
And blueberry, is that right?
Well, blueberry is my favorite color, or my favorite flavor.
I see. So what exactly did your little cherub do?
Well, he actually got on my phone, unbeknownst to me, and ordered 30 cases of Dum Dums, which ended up being right at 70,000 Dum Dums to our house.
What did that cost?
$4,200.
Oh,
man.
Did he do this on Amazon or did he go to the Dum Dum website?
No, he did it on Amazon. It was 100% an accident. He has developmental delays and truly did not know what he was doing. It was It was an accident.
Okay.
But I was sheer panic when I opened my front door and there were 22 boxes of the original 22 boxes of Dum Dums there at the door.
Oh gosh.
I can't imagine the shock on that. You open your door and you're like, oh, I think that's the phone case I got from Amazon.
You're like,
and it's 22 boxes of suckers.
No. And each box weighs 25 pounds. And, of course, there's a beautiful red, they're just nice decorative Dum Dum boxes. So, it was a big shock. It was a big shock. Someone asked him what I said when I saw him, and I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't repeat what I said. But he didn't, thank goodness.
Yeah, you know what? That's really a good point because you'd expect like a dog leash,
right?
A pair of socks.
Oh, my liquid death is here. What the heck?
Okay. So how did you figure out what happened?
Well, I looked on my phone and I was able to see what happened, and I had actually seen it prior to them being delivered. And Amazon had told me that they didn't have the ability to stop the driver from dropping them off. And they told me to reject them, but then the driver never knocked on my door. So that's how the whole saga started, was because I ended up posting them on Facebook, asking people if they would buy them because Amazon wasn't going to take them back. But after a couple of TV stations called Amazon, Amazon contacted me and decided to refund our money. And then the best part of the story was that Spangler invited us up last weekend, and Liam was able to get a VIP tour of the Spangler Candy Company and meet the CEO and the CFO and all of them.
Well, yeah, you just helped him hit his first quarter bonus.
Oh, gosh.
I have a question.
Yes.
How did you let a $4,000 charge on your card go unnoticed?
Yeah.
Well, it just so happens that I had just gotten paid because it was the beginning of the month. And I asked the bank that when I went to see them. I said, how did this happen? And they said, well, that's part of having good credit is that you had
It's part of having, you know what? Let me tell you, Holly, you need to put on notifications on that credit card right now.
I'll bet.
Okay. Doesn't matter if it's $1. You need to be notified that there's a charge on that thing.
Yeah. Bounce protection has been removed, and I have a whole nother app now on my phone that tells me every time something goes through on my debit card.
Now, I know you got your money back, which is awesome. What happened to all the Dum Dums?
Since they are consumable items and Amazon was not able to take them back, I was able to donate them. I donated a lot of them to like the doctor's offices or that had offered to buy them from me to help me out.
The dentist.
Yes, the dentist. Actually, one of my friends who is a pediatric dentist did offer to buy a box. But we donated that one to a school system. Several have gone to the YMCAs. Some are going overseas for missions. So they're just going to all kinds of different places.
Well, that's an amazing story. That is. I love that your son was able to meet the CEO and get a whole tour of the factory. That's fabulous.
Oh, and the Spangler Company, they honestly reached out also to ask if they could help by sending someone down to pick up the product, because they weren't sure if I was going to be able to get rid of it or how I was going to be rid of it. So Spangler, they are amazing. They are an amazing company, and they've just been wonderful.
You better be careful next time your son wants a new bike.
No, thank you. No, he knows better. It is locked now.
Get 10,000 bikes in at the front door.
At least those are returnable.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you can't eat a bike.
That's a very good point. So, Holly, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us. Isn't that something?
I didn't know you couldn't return consumable items on Amazon. I'm learning something new.
I ordered some supplements, and they sent me the wrong supplement.
Okay.
And so I tried to return the supplement because it wasn't the one that I ordered. And they're like, sorry, can't keep it. Just keep it.
Oh, but you got your money back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All righty then. Let's see. We have time for another phone call. Julie in Santa Barbara, California. Now, I have to tell you something. I know Julie.
Oh, no.
Yes. And
I'm sorry, Julie.
Julie loves me. Right, Julie?
Yes, I adore you. Are you kidding me?
Okay, and you know what? And I always tell Andrew that people in Santa Barbara love me and they love my newsletter. And he always says, yeah, sure. And he even told me that I didn't know anybody by the name of Whitney, that I was making up that Whitney said she loves the newsletter.
There's a Whitney.
Okay.
I see that.
So Julie's in on the gag. I get it.
Oh, she is not. So, Julie, explain what happened to you.
I received an email, it looked like an Evite, but it was made from another company called Punch or something. I didn't really catch any of that. I was just saying, oh, party. So I know the gal really well, and I clicked on, said open invitation, and I clicked it, and nothing happened. And I thought, oh, shoot. So I clicked it again. Still nothing happened, luckily. And then a thing came up and said download. And then I thought, I started getting suspicious because I kind of went back and was reading the copy that she'd put for her invitation. And I thought, this doesn't really sound like my friend. She wouldn't talk like this. She's not this calm and come for a relaxing evening. That's just not her style. So then I went, uh-oh, I'm calling Kim. I think I just got myself in trouble.
And so I set you straight. I said, you are just screwed.
You hit the download button?
No, she didn't.
Oh, good.
Thank goodness.
No, if she had hit the download button, then she would have been in really bad shape. But I really wanted you to come on the air. Okay, well, you get me like one-on-one. Is that for the other millions of people, they may be getting this type of invitation, and they may be wondering what to do.
Well, yeah, and so the backstory to this is this gal had a house guest, and he was very tech-savvy, and she didn't know him that well. She was kind of helping him out because he was in town for a job interview, and she thought, oh, you can stay at my place. I'm happy that they know each other from the same law school kind of thing. And so it's her feeling that he was in her business while she was maybe taking a shower or whatever. Long story short, everything she has been hacked. So it's gotten really bad. And so people even responded to this email, and then they would get responses back, and they weren't from her. It's just so tangled. I don't, the dark web, I guess, is what you call it. I'm not sure.
Well,
it's pretty scary.
Well, she obviously needs to lock down, and that's good advice for anybody. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you have everything.
Reset all your passwords.
Yeah, she's got to reset all the passwords. She's got to reset everything because you never know what happened. Now, with you, we talked about that random pop-ups, the battery starts draining fast, you get unusual apps, unusual texts, Then there are some steps that you have to take along that side. But, couple of lessons here. Okay. Number one, be careful who you bring in your house. Number two is to always put your personal information on the main network and let everybody else use the guest network. What a downer. God,
yeah.
We just wanted the party invitation.
I'm excited for the invitation and everything.
Told you there's a Whitney.
Fine.
Told you. Tech is amazing, but it does take a toll on our lives. We're all guilty of spending hours just hunched over our screens and those times of endless doom scrolling. It's not just draining your mind, it's aging your body too. That's why I take Native Path Collagen every single day. It helps replenish what your body loses over time by repairing joint and skin damage and restoring that youthful glow from the inside out. Outsmart the digital fatigue and take the supplement your tech-filled life needs. Native Path Collagen. Because screen time shouldn't show on your face. You'll feel the difference naturally with my 45% off deal. That's 45% off with free shipping and a free gift bundle. Here's what you need to do. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim. Get 45% off right now at getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Building a website used to mean hiring a pricey designer or learning to code. Not anymore. With Framer, you can design stunning, interactive websites. No coding needed. Just drag, drop, and publish like a pro. Framer is the design-first, no-code website builder that lets anyone ship a production-ready site in minutes. It's free to get started, and you can browse over 700 pixel-perfect templates or design from a totally blank canvas. Real-time collaboration means your writer, designer, and marketer can all tweak the same page at once. Built-in AI, it handles the heavy lifting, generates starter layouts, auto-translates your entire site to any language. It even suggests on-brand color palettes. Behind the scenes, you get a fast, mobile-friendly site with secure hosting, built-in SEO, easy content editing, and privacy-friendly analytics. Ready to build a site that looks hand-coded without hiring a developer? Start free today at Framer.com and use promo code KIM. Go to Framer.com and use promo code KIM to start building a site for free. All right, it's travel season. You got your plans, all your summer plans done?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
St. George, Utah. Jealous?
Okay, wait. I'm going to Yuma.
You should be jealous then.
Well, if you are traveling, just a little PSA here that you shouldn't be posting your PNR. Do you know what a PNR is?
Of course I do, but explain it to everybody else.
It's a passenger name record. A passenger,
record, yes.
Yes, that's your boarding pass. If you post this online, it could have your contact info, frequent flyer number, payment methods, seat, special requests, even who you're flying with. And hackers, what they can do with your PNR, cancel or change your flight without you knowing. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, don't post it.
No fun is that.
Can I post it after the
Yes.
fact? Well, they can't do anything with the information then?
I mean, they can maybe associate that with something else, but I wouldn't worry about it. But why even post it anyway? I mean, if you post your boarding pass before your trip, you're just telling everybody in your circle of friends, I'm not home.
Use ChatGPT and make a fake one.
Oh, you
and
can.
Post that one.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
That's a really good idea. Sometimes you come up with a good one every once in a while.
I'm done until August.
Scammers are mimicking Google Invites. We just heard about Punchbowl, but yeah, they're out there big time doing it with another service. Wendell in Atlanta, Georgia. Hi there, Wendell. Welcome.
Hey, hello. How are you, Kim?
I'm great. Great.
It's such an honor to get to be able to talk to the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and the digital goddess. I mean, I'm like on cloud nine right now.
Awesome. Me too. What took you so long to call me? I've been waiting for some positive affirmations here. I don't get them from Andrew.
Nope.
Oh, I thought you already knew you were the GOAT.
Oh, you're sweet. So what's going on?
All right. So back, I guess, last year, during the campaign, the presidential campaign, I decided to throw a couple of dollars, one of the candidates' way. And, you go in, it'll say, put your the amount you want to give, your email address, and your phone number. Well, I've probably gotten several hundred text messages, and they're all from the same party, just, different candidates in different states across the country, trying to get campaign donations or sending text messages about news stories about, in a link to say, click on this. Well, I'm told through where I work, don't click on any links if it's not something that you don't want to know the person. And also, listening to you, I hear, the same thing. So, I know that, I know about blocks of phone numbers and stuff like that. I'm going in like one at a time saying stop and then delete and mark it spam.
God, that's annoying.
That, and then also I'll go in and I'll say block the number. So if most of the numbers are coming from like a 771 area code, which is like Washington, D.C., or, 202 or something like that, is there a way to go in and block that whole range of numbers coming from that area code?
Nope.
And one, yep.
Thanks for calling. Glad you got to talk to the GOAT.
Nope. Thanks for your call. Wouldn't that be horrible?
It would.
Oh, God.
Now let's go on to AJ. Hey, AJ.
Glad to have you, AJ. AJ in Indio. You're up next. No, you can't. And blocking these calls, that's like whack-a-mole. It's just going to keep coming back and back and back. The carriers, they have various tools. Like, for example, AT&T has Call Protect, Verizon has Call Filter, T-Mobile has Scam Shield. That will hopefully stop some of these things. You can also pay for some services, but I don't think you want to pay until you actually see if the carriers actually can do their job.
But is this really a scam?
Right.
I'm sure when he made that donation,
He said, yes.
somewhere in the terms and conditions, he said, go ahead, have every single person in your party come after my money.
Because I want to be that person. I want to be there all the time.
I'm sure you read the terms and conditions before you made that donation,
You did,
correct?
Wendell, right?
Don't think so.
That was so cute.
Does anybody ever read that?
Nobody does. Nobody
Absolutely
does.
not.
But, here's a little lesson for you. The next time you want to donate to somebody, use a burner number. And or a Google Voice number.
Yeah, go get a Google Voice number.
So that this way you can just say, no, thank you. I'm not interested.
You won't even have to say no thank you because you won't even know that those messages are coming.
That is true.
They'll just sit in the Google Voice app, until next election cycle when you're like 5,000 unread messages.
Now, I also have heard, Wendell, through the grapevine, that you like to steal my jokes.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that, but that's what I like about you so much is that you're like right up my alley when it comes to telling corny jokes. My wife tells everybody that here in Georgia we have what they call a Cobb County. So whenever I tell a corny joke, she just says, "Well, he's from Cobb County." So.
Do you have a corny joke to tell us?
Well, it's kind of a corny little thing I do. So just starting out in 2007, our first anniversary, we were going up to the mountains up to North Carolina. And I'm a photography buff. I love taking pictures and stuff. And so we stopped and we walked over to this little river, and I'm taking pictures and of the mountainscapes and stuff like that. And then walking back to the car, we're walking across this bridge, and I look down and I see a grate. So I took a picture of that, and ever since I've been a great picture taker.
All right, I'm leaving the studio.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. Did you hear my Roomba left me?
No.
You did hear about that? It just swept out of my life.
You can have her if you want her.
Oh, I love you, Wendell. And tell your wife I said that too. Grateful. AJ in Indio, California. Hi there, AJ.
Hi, Jim.
Welcome. What's going on with you today?
Oh, nothing. My first question is, why would you want to go to Yuma?
That was kind of the joke. Yeah. No, it's, for everybody who's listening on KBLU, we love Yuma. We do.
That's not what you said before. I mean, yes, we love Yuma.
You know what? There's a lot of people that like Yuma. I mean, they have like...
Well, I lived there for a year and a half, and I couldn't get out fast enough.
I thought maybe like you were... I do have a friend here in Phoenix who goes to Yuma, and she brings her quads, and they go in the desert.
All right, that's fun.
Right, out in the dunes, yeah.
Yeah, they go out in the dunes, and I keep telling her, I said, I don't know if this is a good idea. Okay, she brings her husband and her 7-year-old daughter and her 4-year-old boy. And both the daughter and the boy are on motorcycles and quads going through the dunes.
What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're just setting these kids up
all the time. There's kids on them everywhere.
Yeah, I just think it's like, then when the kid says, like, when they're 16, like, I want a rocket to go to school in, you're be like, no, you can't. They're like, hey, Mom, I've been riding a motorcycle since I was 4.
Right, it's my blood.
It is.
I think somehow the adults think that sand is soft,
Yeah, if they fall, they'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's like going in a bounce house.
Yeah, that won't break their neck.
It's all good. So now you're in Indio, and how can I help you?
Well, I am dealing with this online thing called Shop. And on multiple sites, when I go to purchase something, it'll say, like, enter your email so we can tell you the shipping. And as soon as I do that, Shop pops up and wants me to buy it through Shop. And then while I'm trying to get rid of that pop-up, I'm getting a text on my phone with a code to enter into that pop-up.
It is so, I know exactly what you're talking about. It is so annoying. Has that happened to you, Andrew?
No, I've never heard of this.
Oh, okay. You're just like AJ's talking about. You're out there, you're like in the checkout. Okay. And you're ready to log in so that this way you can get points or credits, or it's easier to find the order in case you wanted to return it.
Right.
And then this stupid thing pops up and says, oh, now you can place it through Shop. And just AJ, just like you said, it takes over your whole screen, and then it sends you a 4-digit verification code that comes up on your monitor, on your phone, on your tablet, and you're like, I just wanted to buy the pair of pants.
Now, is it legit? Is this Shop legit?
It is legit.
So do you get a discount if you buy through Shop?
It's legit. It's a payment service. It's kind of like PayPal.
Yeah. They have your credit card on file.
You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I wrote them, and they wrote me back because I requested that they take me off whatever list makes my emails pop up on their list. And they said, even if I block it, the next time I make a purchase on any company that uses them, it will start all over again.
Okay, so here's what you need to do. Let me tell you. Because you wrote a letter. You did not come to me first. Just saying, AJ.
Way to go.
Where's your loyalty?
Seriously.
I'm disappointed in you.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Because if I could figure it out without having to bother you, then you're one step ahead.
AJ, you're never a bother.
That would mean that you've taught me well.
Okay, well, thank you for that. You go into shop.app, and you go into settings, and then you want to toggle off, here's the secret one, enable Shop Pay. That's what I had to do.
Okay.
You toggle that off, enable Shop Pay. It's not a big deal. And then what happens after that is they're going to try to bring you back. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? But no, you're going to do that. You can also delete your whole account by going to shop.app/opting out.
How did he get in? How did you get into this shop?
Somewhere along the line, when you're buying something online, it says, hey, would you like us to save your settings? And you're like, okay. Or it says, would you like to have a discount or track your delivery? And you're like, yes, I would like to do that.
And also, we're going to pug you for the rest of your life any single time you go to make an online purchase.
Oh, and it is. It truly is annoying. It does come up, and then they send these text messages, and...
But you've turned it off. You don't have to deal with it anymore.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Thank you. AJ, thanks for your call today. All right, if your car is just sitting there in the garage or driveway, it could be making you money. You're like, what? How? Yes. You want to list your car for rent on Turo. You keep anywhere from 60 to 90% of the fees collected, depending on the insurance you select. There's also Get Around. Now, you do need a fairly recent car. You need one that works, obviously. Your take is 75 to 85% of the car's rental fee. Now, you have used Turo. I have, too.
I love Turo.
Isn't it great?
And a quick Turo story. It bailed me out. It was 10 o'clock at night. My girlfriend's car got towed. She was going to the hospital for surgery the next day. She needed a car, got on Turo, had one within 15 minutes.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Did you ever wonder why rental cars are depressed all the time?
I wonder this every single day.
Because they're loners. Hey, still to come, we have more of your phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show. So I'm not going to spoil it, but I had a great call with a gentleman this past week who says that he can teach me how to sing.
Really?
Yep. And we're going to be experiencing the journey together.
How long is he expecting it to take?
Not very long. He said maybe a month or so, 2 months,
millennial?
3 months.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty close. So here, let's have you and I can sing together.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Faye in Las Vegas.
Faye in Las Vegas. Faye in Las Vegas.
Hi, Faye in Las Vegas.
Good morning. It's Viva Las Vegas.
Thank you very much.
We're practicing for when we can just be the headliner there in Las Vegas.
There you are. Plenty of places to do it.
So what's happening?
I'm questioning the Chapter 11 lawsuit with 23andMe. I had two accounts, one for myself, one for my husband, which I opened in 2019 and closed both of them in 12/23, asking for the DNA to be destroyed. So trying to go on and see if I even qualify for either of us for this Chapter 11 is very confusing.
It is confusing. It is, because there's different stories.
Well, Frey, you were definitely ahead of the curve. Why in 2023 did you decide you wanted everything deleted and destroyed?
Because there was information coming about what they were going to do with your DNA. And also I found the information that they were supplying on your relatives and your friends most of it didn't add up. It was just sort of like they were just, reaching into the wind. People never heard of in my entire 76 years of being part of my family.
All of a sudden, she had like two different mothers, two different fathers.
Exactly. My niece became my cousin, and my sister was my mother, and it was just like, okay, time to go.
All right, so 23andMe, they went bankrupt. Obviously, you didn't listen to me because I told you never to sign up, but that's okay. And even though you had your DNA destroyed in 2023, you don't really know where it went before that. That's the problem.
Probably.
And so, there are lawsuits right now that are legitimate, but the lawsuits are, we want to know where the data is going. There's also lawsuits to say, we were an investor in 23andMe and we want to figure out how to get our money back. There's also another lawsuit that the woman who is she was responsible for 23andMe at that time, and then also brought into bankruptcy, where she's saying she wants to buy it back. That whole business is up in the air. Just know that if you gave them your DNA, even if you told them to destroy it, you don't know where it is at this given moment, which is why I said never, ever do it. Coming right back, I got to tell you about a new scam that's spreading here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, here's the deal. In your email, you may be getting some Google Meeting invites and invitations that you're like, I don't know who these people, I don't know why they're inviting me because I'm not that popular. Make sure that you do not click any links or download any single thing that's coming, because the scammers are just rampant. Hey, just a reminder, it's ending soon, our Pay It Forward challenge. Make sure that you enter to win right now. Head to winfromkim.com and good luck. That's winfromkim.com.